everyone, welcome to your computing lesson. So this term, our computing lessons are all going to be about online safety, internet safety. Now it's really important, especially at the moment when so much of what we're doing is online, especially with our home learning, it's really important that we know how to keep ourselves safe. So today we're starting off by learning to identify how to visit places safely online. So some general rules for visiting places safely. So our success criteria is compare staying safe online to staying safe in the real world, because there are lots of similarities, and explain rules for traveling safely on the internet. So our big question is, how do you go places safely online? And our key vocabulary that we're going to be using today. So the word online just means using a computer, phone or tablet to visit a website or an app. And the word website is just a place that you can visit on the internet. So for example, websites that we've been using recently would be YouTube and Microsoft Teams, what we've been using for our home learning. Okay, so let me just get this. So I want you to think about this question for a few minutes. So what do you need to do to stay safe when you visit new places? So this isn't talking about places online yet. This is talking about places in the real world. So it might be going to the park, going to a shop. What do you need to do to stay safe when you visit those new places? So pause the screen here to have a think and to discuss, chat with somebody in your house. Okay, so I hope you came up with a few ideas. So I'm just going to write down a few of probably the most important rules that we have, or rules that you have for when you visit new places. So firstly, always go places with an adult. Because you're all only 5 and 6 years old, you're too young to go anywhere on your own yet. So it's really important that you're always with an adult. And another really super important rule is don't wander off on your own. So you visit the new place with an adult, and when you're actually there, you need to stay with that adult, not wander off. Okay, and another super important rule would be don't talk with people that you don't know. So only talk to people you do know. So if you see your friend when you're there, it's absolutely fine to talk to them, or a family member, but only talking to people that you know when you are in a new place. And lots of those rules are actually really similar to rules that we have when we need to, when we visit places on the internet and travel to different places on the internet. So we're going to watch this video now about traveling safely online. It's called My Online Neighborhood. So let me just switch on the screen. Okay. Right.
Hi, I am 7 years old. I love playing on my mom's computer, but I always get permission first. Mom, can I go on the computer?
Sure, sweetie.
I love my mom's computer because I can go on the internet. The internet is kind of like your neighborhood. You can visit cool places. You can talk to family and friends. And you can learn lots of new things. Like yesterday, I visited a zoo that's near my house. I saw a baby zebra. I took her picture and changed the color of her stripes. Then added a hat and added it to my collection of wacky animals. Awesome! Then later, I went to a place far, far away. I visited Kenya. That's a country in Africa. Lots of zebras live there. Wow, that's a lot of zebras. Sometimes on the internet, I talk to people I know. Like my grandma, who lives in another state. Hi, Grandma. She's making me cookies that she'll send me for my birthday. Yummy, I wish the internet had smell-o-rama. I can talk to different people on the internet, like my cousin. But I only talk to people I know. But what I like most on the internet is that I get to play fun games. Score! I also like to draw and create new things and share it with my friends. Cool! Sometimes I visit websites where I learn new things, but I always stick to websites that are just right for me. Wow, dinosaurs! The internet is a super fun place. But just like when you cross the street in your neighborhood, you also have to be careful when you go online. Here are 3 rules to remember. Rule number 1, always ask your parents first. Rule number 2, only talk to people you know. Rule number 3, stick to places that are just right for you. Wow, that was fun.
Dinner time.
I'm logging off now. I can't wait to get back on again to see where I can visit next. Bye-bye.
Okay. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that video about internet safety and traveling safely online. So I'd like you to think about these questions. What did Arms like about the internet, and what kind of things can he do on the internet? So pause the screen here to have a think and have a chat. Okay, so there are lots of things that Arms can do on the internet and that you can do on the internet as well. So you might have said, visit cool places. That was one of his favorite things, wasn't it? And talk to friends and family. And learn new things. He liked to create things as well, didn't he? And playing games. Okay, so visit cool places, talk to friends and family, learn new things, create things, play games. Did you get many of those? Brilliant. So there's lots of things that Arms and you can do on the internet, lots of really fun things. But of course, there are those 3 important rules, which are so similar to the rules that keep you safe in the real world. So can you remember what those 3 rules were? So pause here and see if you can remember any of them. Okay, let's have a look. So rule number 1. Always ask your parent or teacher if you're in school first before you go on anything on the internet. Rule number 2. Only talk to people you know. And rule number 3. Stick to places that are just right for you. So if you're not sure what that means, that basically just means places that are made for children and places that you have permission to go on. Okay, so let's have a go at trying this poem to help us remember the rules. So we'll do a bit like we do in our reading lessons. We'll do a bit of my turn, your turn, okay? And there'll be some actions as well to help us with remembering this poem. Okay, so the poem is called Safety, It Rules. Good, and it's by Jenny Pritchett. So let's have a go. My turn first, then your turn. We need to be safe whenever we're online. So we follow these rules to have a good time. Always ask your parents first. Only talk to people you know. Stick to sites just right for you. And we'll be safe wherever we go. Amazing. Okay, if you want to keep practicing that, just hop back on this video to have another go, because it's really helpful rhyming poem to help us remember those important rules for staying safe online. Okay, so now we've got a little activity for you. So you can find this activity on Teams in the computing folder. And today you need to draw a picture of yourself following one of the 3 rules we've learned today. So you only need to pick one of them. So you can keep practicing the poem, but just pick one of those rules to have a go at drawing a picture showing yourself following. So for example, you might pick the rule of always ask your parents first. So I'm going to draw, this is going to be probably not my best drawing because it's very difficult to draw on Smart Notebook. So I'm going to have a go at drawing. So this is going to be me. I'm just going to be a stick person, but I know you're much more artistically talented than I am. So it's me, and then I'm going to pretend this is child me, because I don't need to ask my parent because I'm not a child anymore. But when I was younger, I did. When I was your age, I did. Okay, so I'm going to draw a picture of my mum. Okay, and then I'm going to do a speech bubble. So I'm going to write my speech first and then draw a bubble around it. I'm going to write, please can I go on this website, and then I'll draw my speech bubble. And a picture of a tablet in my hand, showing my mum the website. Okay, so just draw your picture of one of those 3 rules. So remind ourselves, you could do always ask your parents first. You could draw a picture of this rule, only talk to people you know, or stick to sites just right for you. And then once you've drawn your picture, you can write a word or sentence to explain your picture. So underneath, I'd write, I always need to ask my parents before visiting a new website. So have a look for that on Teams, and I can't wait to see which rule you choose. Okay, see you later, guys. Bye.